My name is Shemeaka King and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is the big day. Today is the day that I will reveal my classroom and show you all of the hard work that me and my student teacher did last week in my classroom, and to take you on a classroom tour. I'm hoping that you guys will like what you see. I'm hoping that we can collaborate and you can share your ideas, because I have been watching a lot of classroom tours. So I'm hoping you can leave me some comments below and just tell me something that you do, or even give me your YouTube channel or what have you, so that I can follow you and see your great ideas. We'll see you in my classroom. Okay guys, this is just an overview of my classroom from the door. Just take you around so you can just get an overview, and then we'll just walk through so I can show you some of the things so that you will have a full tour of my classroom. But yeah, this is the overview from the door. And this is an overview from the back of the room. So if you're standing in the very back of my room, this is the view from the very back of the classroom. Okay. Now, you see here at the very top, when you're facing the front of my classroom, here is what is on the wall. I got this resource from TPT. Cannot recall her name right off the bat. I think it's Teach, Create, Motivate. I think that's her name. But I got the Play Nice, Work Hard, Stay Kind, and Dream Big from her. The letters that you see, Joy and Focus, if you didn't remember, if you watched my haul, I got those from Michael's. They were clearanced. The resource that you see here on my whiteboard, the little hanging lights, those are from Target Dollar Spot. I got those actually last year from the Target Dollar Spot. My twinkling lights, I've had them for a few years. Been a while, but I got those off of Amazon. The border that you see around both of my boards came from a local craft store here in my area, and it's magnetic, which is awesome. Okay, and the posters that you see here, which are my classroom rules, I actually made these myself with my Bitmoji on it. Let's see if I can get a little closer so you can see them. Okay, these are my classroom rules. Okay, and this resource here is also from TPT. It's actually from One Fab Teacher. She has a YouTube, and she's now back on Instagram. So if you like this resource came from her. I've actually used this for, I think this is my 3rd year using this resource. Okay, there's my smart board, and that's where I put my lights around. Here, guys, please ignore my little crates that I got from the Target Dollar Spot that were for $1. Try to take the sticker off of them, and do you see what happened? Like real life. But I think I'm going to try to put labels, because I'm over trying to get that sticky stuff off. But in these crates, I have dry erase markers in this one. I have Mr. Sketch scented markers here. Here are Sharpies, and here are some more Mr. Sketch markers. This crate holds my remote to my lights that are around my smart board, and it's also the remote that I use for my strobe light that's in the ceiling. The parts here are just something that we use at my school. It's the word spells attendance, and we put these a letter up a day just to promote attendance and get the students to come to school. Here is where I keep my learning targets and my class schedule. And notice I've already got the first day of school. Our students come back on August the 7th. Teachers come back, or we'll be back on the 1st, officially back on the 1st. But they come back on the 2nd. This is where I do my learning targets. This is my schedule, which is incomplete because I'm still working on that. And guys, this is my voice level incentives that I use, or actually not incentives, I shouldn't say incentive, but this is my voice levels that I use in my classroom. I have to go back and buy 2 more lights because the other 2 broke. And I may buy 3 because that one right there is broke. I'll show you what it looks like when I turn it on. Yeah, I don't know what the little square is, but that one's broke. So I'll probably replace that one as well. And this one works just fine. Okay, so that's my voice level. I'll give a detailed lesson on how I implement this in my classroom. Here I have the Dojo store, and this is something that I use as an incentive. And I'll do a separate video on how I use Dojo, so just stay tuned for that video. And then next, take you around. Here is my door. I have the word focus. That's our mantra for our classroom, focus. And that's in vinyl at the top. This is my door. Our school used the house system, so what I will do is take pictures of the students in their house colors, and I will place them in the little houses on the door. So that's not fully completed. Emergency bag. Okay. Here is my reading wall. And this is what I use to put up all of the things that we may be learning for the week. I got this resource off of TPT as well. And I want to say it's Learning Wonderland is where I got this resource from, if you would want to get this, as well as the Week in Focus. But this is my reading and writing resource board where I keep all of the things that we're doing for the week. This poster I've had forever, but I just like it. Probably like one of the first anchor charts that I ever made. But it's just teaching the students how to write a complete or neat sentence. Okay. All right, and then here at the bottom, I have, this was actually a free resource off TPT. These are text features that I implement in the classroom that the students can refer to. I have on my cabinets, I have another little reminder of, let's see, sentence writing or writing, words that we use when we ask questions. Okay, and then this wall has all of our genre posters on it. This was a free resource years ago on TPT. And I showed you guys this earlier in my setup video. Those letters came from the Target dollar spot. Those sit right up on my counter, or yes, cabinets. There's nothing on the cabinets in the back on this side as well. But on the top of the cabinets, I have birthday bags that I'll put each student's birthday once I get my class roll. This resource also came from One Fab Teacher. She's on Instagram and she's also on TPT, obviously. One Fab Teacher. You can see that. And then I have more on this side. Yep, and nothing on the cabinet. Now my middle cabinets, which are my longer cabinets, I put, this is something that I learned at Get Your Teacher On this past summer, but it's magic. And this was a free resource. I cannot recall the TPT or name, and it goes beautifully with my decor. At the top, I have pictures of past students. I don't want to get too close and show pictures. That middle frame there, that was something that my husband made for me at a couples retreat that I've had for years. It's actually made out of Play-Doh. And I thought it would look cute in my classroom. I just don't want to get rid of it. But he actually took the time to do that in a conference that we went to some years ago. Here are my windows. Here is my library sign that I actually made on my computer. The curtains I also made. Thank goodness for Pinterest. More Target dollar spot letters. And then here is my math focus wall. Now these resources I just keep up throughout the year because we are constantly referring to it, and I don't really teach math in isolation. I try to teach it like, I guess you would call it everyday math. So these are things that we teach, because I do daily math that I teach throughout the year. So I just keep these resources up to refer to them. We also have our calendar, which is also by Learning in Wonderland, as well as the Week in Focus. Okay. And there's my math resource board, another window, more curtains that I've made. These are pink. And then more Target dollar spot letters. The pencil here was made by a parent. I've had that forever. Don't know where I got it from. That came from Dollar General, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And those letters are from Target dollar spot. That K came from Five Below. The welcome sign also came from Five Below. Here's my other wall. I got these posters from Michael's. See if I can get a better view. It's kind of hard. Here we go. Those posters came from Michael's. And these are frames that I got from Michael's as well. They were like 50 cents, the yellow frames. And I just took the resource from in this wild card. They're free resources of all of the little sayings. So I just cut those and put them in the frames because these are two of my favorite ones. I actually like all of them, but these are two of my favorite ones. And this little sign here was made by a past assistant principal. It spells my name, Shemeaka. Sensational, helpful, easygoing, magnificent, efficient, adaptable, kind-hearted, and astounding. Just can't get rid of that. And there's my phone and my teacher toolbox. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you back around. And those teacher toolbox tags came from One Fab Teacher. And as you can see, I use a lot of her resources. But those tags came from her. So check those out. Okay, here are my baskets. The labels come from Learning in Wonderland, another one of my favorite TPTers. And my baskets, this is what I use to sort out my resources for the week. And never mind the things that are in Thursday basket. Actually, I'm just looking at this, and these need to be switched. I'll switch them later. But my days are not in the right order. Wow. Okay, so now we're going to kind of look at the shelves. I'm going to back up just a little bit. All right, this is where I keep, this right here is where I keep all of my task cards. And most of the task cards are Toothy Math task cards. These bins, the pink ones, are leveled readers. The green bins here are leveled readers. They need to be labeled. These blue bins are also labeled readers. The very bottom is where I also keep teacher resources. The first basket, let's see if I can get down low. One is a basket that I put things in that I need to laminate. Excuse the tape on my finger. Trying to get that stuff off of those crates. This basket I use for papers that I need to grade. And then this is where I put the papers after I've graded them. Okay. And then here on this shelf, all of my manipulatives. I actually just got these labeled. Look how beautiful they are. Oh, so beautiful. But I actually got these labels. Those labels are also from Learning Wonderland, and it has all of my manipulatives. Now, some of the manipulatives I don't let the students play with on a regular, like the bins, the green bins. Those are for learning tools only. The blue bins and the pink bins, I let them use like during inside recess or if they need to read. Okay, here is my reading area. All of my books, nicely labeled. And I got those labels from Learning Wonderland. I hope I'm saying her name correct. But yeah. You've never seen these labels. Like this is book bin 4. So the students know that it goes back in book bin 4. You can see that. Love it, love it, love it. This is my my goal from last year. I do need to kind of tie these up. Okay. At the top of the shelf, this is where I keep my, and there's the book hospital. So if a student finds a broken book, they just put it inside the basket there. And then on top of the shelf, I have my stations. These are my literacy stations. We have 8 of them. Some of them are must-dos and some of them are may-dos. So yeah, I have a few resources in them from last year, but they'll probably repeat because my stations don't really change. They're basically workstations that really never change. And then this little bin here is where I keep the resources that I switch out of the literacy stations right here. Okay. That's that. All right, I'm gonna take you around to the other side. We're going back around, and yes, our students have lockers, which is so nice. I keep the little hooks on the outside because we hang up stockings during Christmas and other things, so they have hooks on them. So it makes it really nice for them to have their own locker. Love it. Let's go to the next counter. We're walking back around. Now this counter is a work in progress. This is where I keep my portable Bluetooth speaker. These little crates here, I'll keep my iPads in here. And this is the goal, is to make this a social science area, because my goal this year is to implement new resources in social studies. So this area is going to be for that. Okay, I have little maps that I've had forever. Back here, maps of the United States and maps of the world. But there's like 20 of each of those, maybe more. And then that's a big map. But I actually want the map from, the world map from Target Dollar Spot. But I have not seen one. But someone posted it on Instagram and I want that. But that's a map. My sink, yeah. And then those two bins hold math resources. Needs to be a little organized. I mean, they're actually organized. They're just, some of the papers are sticking out. Here is my podium with the K. K stands for King. Now here, this is where what I'm using for the 3-tiered cart that I got at Michael's. These hold my stem bins. Okay. Y'all can see that. There we go. And then, excuse all this junk here. But guys, all of this stuff is room transformation stuff. And that's not even all of it. New books that I just got this year that I have to take the time to label. That box has new stuff in it, books, as well as more room transformation stuff. And yeah, and I actually emptied 2 more boxes because I just, two of my donor chews just got funded. And so one of them has more room transformation stuff that I'm planning to put in that bin. So this is just an area I store all of my room transformation stuff under a counter. Here are the students' mailboxes where they put all of their finished or completed work. These are math stations that I use for early finishers. We use this. Actually, I have a resource that I just purchased that I'm going to replace with this, but we use our fidget spinner just to see how many math facts that we can get done. But these are like early finisher activities. And I have several early finisher activities. Pencil sharpeners, my Chromebooks. These are writing folders that I've just remembered I need to get clean from last year. Writing folders. Here are all of our things for our writing area because this is the writing area. Some of the baskets are still in progress. They're going to be full. I need to go out and buy some more, but I'm going to wait till I get my free replacement money. Okay, these 2 bins hold our data binders. Do you guys keep data binders? But these are 2 data binders left from last year. And I'll do a separate video on how I use my data binders. But this is where our data binders are stored. Okay. And then here we have all of our inside recess things. I have bingo games, Jenga blocks, chess, Connect 4. And believe me, I've had to throw games away because of missing pieces. So the goal is to get those replenished. Here is my table that I put my crate seats. It also turns into our puzzle table because I do have a puzzle table, like I mentioned just a minute ago. A lot of things for boys and girls to do who are early finisher, but this table will actually turn into a puzzle table. And in the crate below that is where I keep all of my puzzles. Okay. And you've already seen my board. There are my stools, my stage. You can see that in front of my whiteboard. More stools. This area is just little resources that I keep in place when I'm teaching. And that pink basket holds dojo bucks. Yeah, dojo bucks. And then I have other little things that I use for phonics and grouping students and whatnot. But I group students on dojo. So let's see, there's my get your teacher on bag. My teacher table. I do not have a desk. And all of the stuff that you see here are things that I am preparing for open house because that's the next step. And I will do a separate video on open house stuff. Here's what behind my table looks like. I have 5 bins. One, I keep my substitute information in. This is my assessment notebook, dibbles. And then at the bottom, I have like extra plastic sleeve covers. And then those are just like folders and stuff that I keep down there, empty folders. And then this is the second yellow crate here that I purchased at Michael's. I'm going to get vinyl letters put on it, Mrs. King's 2nd grade or something on it. Mrs. King's Things is actually what I was thinking about. Mrs. King's Things. That's going to probably be put on this crate, and it just holds my teacher supplies. And I'm actually thinking about getting a 3rd one so that I can keep small group or guided reading stuff on. But here's behind my desk. Those are my scissors. My teacher life bag that I hold all of my pens in. One of my bags. Okay. Now, for the what do we not see? Here are my desks. Each desk have crates that I'm going to keep crayons, glue sticks, and pencils in. Have not filled them yet, that's a goal. My rug, which is really dirty. My two Big Joe chairs. This is a table for flexible seating that I keep my wobble seat or chairs, stools at. And those are. And then I don't know if you've noticed these signs around my room. This is how I keep manage my flexible seating. They use a clothespin and clip their clothespin on the little picture or on the sign. That's the word I'm looking for. On the sign to mark their spot during flexible seating. And I'll do a separate video on how I do flexible seating because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm already running 20 minutes. But I already showed you my sink area. Those green little curtains hanging there, I made those as well. Let's see. Trying to make sure. This is a shelf that I keep student book bins. Their names will go on them. I've already got the plastic cover or plastic little sleeve to put their name here. So I'll keep some on this side. That's, I think, 10. And then on the other side, I may have to go look for some more if I have more than 20 students. And then this is the other side. Okay. And let's see. I think that's it. I think I've showed you everything. Just kind of walking you through. Again, my small group table with the crate seats. These are bucket seats that I made. Teacher chair. Let's see. My door, I talked about that. And oh, under the counter is where I keep like my lap seats or lap desk. And those are anchor charts, math supplies, privacy folders, whiteboards, scoop rockers. Each student actually has one of these wiggle seats, but these are just 2 extras. They keep them in their locker. Clipboards, and then I already told you that this was my area where I keep all my room transformation stuff. So guys, I think that is it of everything that is in my room. Here's another view. And stay tuned for the next video. I think my next video is going to be open house. Like I said, teachers come back on the 1st, and our open house is on the 5th. So stay tuned for that video, which will be posted soon. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me on my classroom tour. I hope you guys got some ideas or if you enjoyed it. And I also hope that you guys will leave me some comments, ask questions, give me some suggestions, and just let me know how you think. Remember, I am a newbie, and that will be so encouraging to me, and it would also motivate me to do more videos because I do feel like this is an outlet for me and I actually enjoy doing it. So leave me some comments of any questions or suggestions that you may have as far as my classroom tour. I hope I covered everything. I think I did. Don't want this video to be too long. My goal is to keep my videos under 15 minutes. Don't think this one's gonna quite make it, but I just hope that it was beneficial and you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for my next video that I will be sharing real soon. Teachers go back on August the 1st, or come back on August the 1st. Our students come back on August the 7th, but our open house is on August the 5th. And so stay tuned for that video, and I want to walk you kind of through how our open house goes and the things that we do for our open house at our school. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.